Hello and welcome to the ATF Cast. That's anything that fires. Here we discuss science, firearms, the day-to-day, and whether you'd like it or not, we sure don't, politics. The bounds are unscribed, the beliefs full of dis, and the bifocals simply unacceptable. We're a pinch of halava and a heaping cup of I don't know what the fuck is going on. So join us on this journey of nonsense and an attempt to learn more while we try our best to put on a smiling face, keep our eyes upon the moon, and ride the waves of entropy in this ever-changing world. We are the ATF Cast and we're just having fun. I'm your host, Evan, and as always, we are joined today by my dad, your co-host. What's up, Pops?
Not too much, Sonny boy. How are you?
Oh, been better, been worse. So,
Long week.
yeah, long week, but the
Yep.
weather's beautiful, and had some adventures this weekend, so hanging in there.
Good.
How about you?
Doing good.
Good.
Nothing overly exciting in any negative way this week, so it was a good week.
Good. I'm happy you had a good week.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Is your weather as beautiful up there in Canton as it is down here in Columbus?
Yes, it is. I was outside earlier taking some pictures of firearms in the woods, and I had to take my flannel off and just down to the tank top that I had on underneath it. I was like, whew. So, good day.
Being a little toasty out there. I'd
Yep.
just like to point out here, Shooting Gallery New England, which is set to come on the show here, not too far into the future, but with everything going on, our scheduling's been a little messed up. But hey, thanks
Things
for
happen.
joining and commenting. Nice to see you in here. But yeah, so I just basically ran around in Kentucky all weekend with just a t-shirt on, so that was very nice.
Yes.
And yeah, so it was Friday morning, I think. Yeah, because I got the day off, changing jobs. So the boss was kind enough to grant me the Friday off, take care of some business. And so I was eating a nice burger and having a bourbon flavored coffee or spiked coffee at a local restaurant here and texting with Bree. And she's like, hey, you should come down. I was like, I probably shouldn't. My truck's not the most reliable right now. So I hopped in the truck and went down to Kentucky.
Did she send you a picture of what she was eating and you just fled Columbus to go eat?
Well, I had texted her, I'm drinking a bourbon iced coffee, thinking of you, miss you. And she's like, holy shit, I was just texting you. I'm eating a delicious burrito right now. And it's like, oh, go figure. We're both texting each other at the same time about food. And I sent her a picture of my burger. It was like a beef and pork sausage patty with jalapeno slaw and delicious with a side of Brussels sprouts that I was burping up aggressively into my face mask for the rest of the evening, which was not a great experience.
No, that's why face covering should be lifted. You shouldn't have to be breathing your own burps.
Yeah, outgassing myself. As, they had like this balsamic glaze on them too, so
Ooh, nice.
the whole combination was delicious and wretched coming back up into the mask. But so yeah, sent her a picture and she's like, oh, that's great. I was like, yeah, where do you work? She said, Barn 8. And then I just didn't say anything to her for another 4 hours until I walked in and asked the kind women at the, waiting station if Bree was around. And, one girl looked a little confused and concerned, but went back and got Bree. And I just heard, oh, that must be my brother. So she came around the corner and was like, yes, gave me a hug and led me back to the bar area and to her coworker there, the other bartender. She's like, yeah, something old granddad. And then in like a minute I had a nice cocktail sitting in front of me, which the surliest sir. I was like, old granddad and some fancy shit that comes off of the farm, so it's delicious.
Surliest sir.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And yeah, most of the people in there were wearing suits and whatnot. I walk in like my everyday astronaut shirt. I just sat in the car for 3.5 hours, smelled like cigars and whatnot. I was like, perfect, right where I belong. So got a good
family, absolutely.
Yeah, got a good couple drinks there, and I tried a pickled egg, which I've always been quite squeamish of. Not too hateful.
how
Not the
how'd
best
it
thing in
work
the
out the
world.
next day? Still okay?
It's been a rough week, like I said, in many ways. So my diet's been all over the place because, yeah, after she was feeding me drinks and snacks, and I ended up ordering the duck and dumplings. It was just like, can't even begin to go into what ingredients were in there besides that, but super delicious. Felt like I was in, I don't know, a 6-star restaurant.
Well,
And
from the pictures you sent me, I was just pulling them back up and trying to remember what the heck you had. I mean, just the pictures themselves, I was quite envious.
yeah, I think you even said, and I quote, "Fuck you." I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then uh, you know, it got dark, and Bree was like, there's an art walk back in the woods. I was like, a what? There's they put like projectors and speakers out through the woods, so you like
Cool.
walk down this nice little boardwalk that they built over like these creeks and everything, and all the trees are projected like patterns, and it's real trippy without psychedelics. And it's like, it was beautiful. So I just went back there drinking whatever cocktail I was on at that point, Tokyo Drift or something or another, and just kind of relaxed and went back in. And she's like, "All right, dessert time." I was like, "Okay, what does that entail?" So she brought me the menu. I was like, "How do you feel about bananas?" I forget. I was like, "What?" I've always liked bananas. She's like, "Yeah, well, I don't know. You're weird sometimes." But so they had a banana Foster on there.
You eat everything.
Yep, even pickled eggs now,
Mm-hmm.
reluctantly.
Look at you getting all grown up.
I know. I even ate or drank some freshly fermented pineapple skin juice that had been sitting on Bree's bookshelf in her kitchen for a week or two. Um, there's a technical term for that, but I don't know it right now. So yeah,
Gross or good?
um, I was terrified, but it was pretty good. It just kind of tasted uh, like a vinegary pineapple juice.
Huh.
Also, our one viewer
What's
right
Dad
now.
drinking?
Yeah.
Dad's drinking honey bourbon and Coca Cola.
Ooh, timeless combination.
Uh huh. Might switch over to RC Cola soon. I don't
Where'd you get that? Kmart?
know. I'm just saying the whole Coca Cola thing.
Oh, okay.
Might have to switch vendors.
I'm drinking a Tropicana IPA. So it's delicious. It's basically juice, and it is perfect on this Sunday. So, but yeah,
Yes, it is.
I ate banana Foster with popcorn ice cream on the side.
Ooh, yeah. You
Yeah,
sent me a picture of that too.
yeah. I was like, has Alyssa had this? Because I think Alyssa should have this. You know.
I'm not sure if Alyssa has had that. She's eaten at some fancy restaurants or whatever through her uh, life, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I thought it was probably an oddball ice cream, but so good anyway. But yeah, after that, I'll just give you my whole little Kentucky story rundown here.
Nice.
Said farewell to Bree for a second, took her house key, drove back to Louisville in the dark, which is like a 30-minute drive. She works north of the city, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, beautiful drive like down along the river, and then
I'm
Louisville
gonna have
just
to try
pops up
that.
like over the water line, and it's like, ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, went to her place, pulled some of my bags inside, let the dogs out. Baron is an elderly man these days. Let me tell you.
He's been around for a while.
Yep, he's I think just about blind. He's got all kinds of skin tags and big old lumps, and uh, he's like a really cute, less disgusting version of. Never mind.
Don't say it.
So yeah, I let the dogs out and then hopped on my bike and went on a quick little ride because I bought a bike this week. That's something new in my life. Um, and I'm unhealthy, but went on a like 10-minute ride through the alleyways and stuff in her neighborhood, all across cobblestone and whatnot. So I'm glad it's a mountain bike, but it was a little too cold. Yeah, yeah. That's actually my exact sound I was making. I hit some curbs just for fun, and yeah, about knocked my teeth out, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
But
you got to tighten them up. Close your mouth when you do that. Yeah.
yep, get a helmet, maybe mouth guard. I'm a rookie again. Used to ride a bike all the time, but now I'm just old and not elderly like yourself, but old.
Keep it up, sunshine.
What are you gonna do? Drive down here?
Yeah, probably.
Come at me.
See you in 2.5 hours.
Shit, wait, hold on. Finish the cast at least. But I was, told Brie when she got home from work that we'd probably go out for a drink or something. I was like, I'm here for like 22 hours probably. So yeah, we'll go out, have some wings and a drink or something. But it was like an hour and a half after my bike ride before she got home, and I had laid on the couch and turned off the lights and started watching like a serial killer documentary, Night Stalker.
Oh, I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, I watched about 20 minutes of it and was almost asleep and was like, shit, I can't fall asleep. Got to party with Bree. So then she finally comes home and was like, are you okay? Oh, you're great. You made yourself at home. I was like, yep. But yeah, just kind of sat on the couch and chit chatted for a little while. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually pretty hungry. Catch me outside. How about that? Yeah. But so I was like, what's some fancy food we should get? So we decided on Taco Bell. The
Fancy
classy
food, and you decided on Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, they brought the potatoes back, and I was basically boycotting Taco Bell because they removed all the good items from the menu. So, once I had realized that it was, again, a potato kind of world out there at Taco Bell, we ran down there and grabbed some spicy potato soft tacos.
Nice. I didn't know that they brought those back. I do remember going through the drive-through one day and saying, like the usual stuff they cheat, right? So I pulled up and rambled off 3 things, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have those anymore."
Yeah.
How about we stopped carrying that too. Now I start looking at the menu because how about and they're like, oh yeah, we could do that. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just hungry.
Yeah, just give me something large.
Yeah, I didn't go to Taco Bell because I was like, ooh, I love their food. I can't wait to get there. I went there because I was hungry and I was going by it. I'm like, there you go, right there, food. But
right.
Yeah, they took away a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I had a shitty day at work or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat some nasty ass food. I'm gonna get me some potato soft tacos because it's still one of my favorite things I can grab at a fast food restaurant.
Right.
Potatoes, lettuce, cheese with some weird fucking Baja sauce on it. Perfect. So I pull up and I was like, yeah, let me get like 4 spicy potato soft tacos and like 2 other things. I was feeling wild, and they're like, yeah, we don't have potatoes anymore, and we discontinued those other 2 items. I was like, what do you have then? Because I was being an asshole because I had a bad day, and they're like, you can look at the menu. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, I gotta leave. And like drove home frustrated. It's like, how the fuck do they get rid of potatoes?
Right.
But, so my heart is calm again. I had me some potato soft tacos, and still kind of mediocre, but delicious all at the same time. So that was nice. And then I showed Brie a whole bunch of YouTube channels that she hadn't seen, like the Ghost Town Living and Proper People, and we fell asleep to a documentary about the Apollo 15 flight. So
nice.
Yeah.
She fell asleep first?
No, actually, I think I passed out first. Because
you're probably like, I know this story.
I found this channel on YouTube, Homemade Documentaries, and it's just this guy that's like making space documentaries, and I've been falling asleep to him a lot. So I think I've gotten like 20 3 minutes into that same episode like 4 or 5 times now. So it's like, oh yeah, lunar rover, you know,
Yep.
and yeah, slept like a baby. She has a very nice couch, and woke up and Connor was there. He'd stumbled in at some point in the middle of the night because he was out of band practice and also just getting shit faced, which is, I mean, what you do when you play music. How can you not? So,
Well, yeah, you got to keep yourself limber to play.
exactly. Yeah,
Right?
loosey goosey.
Yeah. Just got to stay fluid. You can't get all tense.
You got to be noodly enough for the noodle club.
Am I noodly enough for your noodle club?
Oh God, that's maybe it could be perceived wrong.
It could be perceived wrong. That's based off of turtley enough to be in your turtle club. So
yeah. I know the one. Master of Disguise.
Yeah, I just wanted others to know the reference. And
Turtle. Turtle. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Dana Carvey is hysterical, and I laughed a lot at him, and I was also mad at him for a little bit, but it was one of the funniest times in my life.
You're mad at him for a little bit?
Yeah, well, once upon a time when I broke my back and my ankle and my neck or whatever and stuff, I'm laying in the hospital on a turtle shell and my leg up because my ankle's broken and it's casted. And the little TV of the Naval Hospital was on an arm, right? So just like a lamp or something. And I'm thumbing the channels and I get to Dana Carvey doing stand-up. I'm like, oh, I love this guy. I'm going to watch this. Well, I start laughing. Not good for a broken back.
Oh,
right? So I'm laughing and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's doing his little skit and everything, talking about Sting. You know, what a great name, Sting. He's not past tense. He's not stung. But when Sting was a little boy in England and his brothers and everything, oh, what could I get you, boys? You know, and just whatever his skit, I'm dying laughing because he's hysterical. Well, I hit the little button on the TV to change the channel. So I stop laughing and the TV moves away.
Oh, no.
Right? The channel doesn't change. I'm like, oh, I hit the button again. I lean as far as I could. I hit the button and the TV moves away. So I got to get the remote for the bed. Left myself up enough to try to hit the button again. And the damn thing keeps moving away. The channel won't move. You know, the channel's not changing. Just this thing. I am in tears laughing because now I'm laughing at the situation too. What a hysterical, stupid thing to happen to me. I'm in pain. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm trying to keep my ears closed and my eyes closed so I don't have to watch him. But now I'm hitting the nurse button. I'm just like, oh. The guy comes in. He's like, can I help you? I'm like, you need to turn off the effing TV because I'm laughing too hard. And he just walks over and he hits it and it kind of moves. So he grabs it and he turns it off. He's like, you want it off? Or I'm like, just leave it off. Oh my God. I got tears that have been dripping onto my shirt because I'm in pain and I'm laughing. It's hysterical. And I'm trying to tell him the story. And he's just looking at me like, you're a jackass. You need morphine. You know, I mean, he's just looking at me on the way out the door. I'm like, all right. So I always want to write Dana Carvey a letter and say, one of the funniest moments in my life had you as part of the context of it. So thank you. And I'm not mad at you anymore. Right. So
that's amazing. I never heard that.
Oh, I was in so much pain.
I understand your anger with him for a while then.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in this hard shell body cast thing that, you know, caps down and pushes your guts back to help support your spinal column, right? So just I probably could have passed out if I was laughing too much because I'm not breathing very well either.
Motherfucker made me pass out.
Right. Like, son of a bitch. I mean, back then that was 98. So how do you get a hold of Dana Carvey? Write him a letter, right? You could probably do it now. He's probably on Instagram or something. Be like, quick little story for you. You know.
I'll send him this clip. See what happens.
Ah, there you go. But yes, I was in tears for enjoyment and pain. It was hysterical.
Was that your only experience of getting stuck in a laughter loop and pain while casted? Is he the only man that could do that to you?
Yeah, I think because any other time I actually had a remote control that worked instead of trying to hit the TV that's on an arm and just hinge away from me.
How big were TVs back in those days? Like 8 inches, black and white?
No, it was color. But yeah, the TV screen was probably 8 by 8 or something. I mean, the whole unit was probably like a small microwave.
Just a tiny microwave.
Yeah. So, but yeah, then the next day, your mom brought you and Brandon to the hospital. You guys walked in with balloons, a couple Snicker bars, I think a Coca-Cola, and a couple of gun magazines.
Hell yeah, that's all man needs.
Yep. So all I need you guys come and give me hugs and stuff. You took really good care of me.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could have managed that back in my ute.
Yeah.
So you had your dying laughter experience pretty soon into being in the hospital then, right? Because was that her first time visiting you, or was it just?
No, that was the second time you guys were there.
Oh, okay.
But you brought balloons and stuff because it was actually my birthday.
Oh shit! Happy belated.
Right. So you'd been there. I think you'd been there the day before, and then on my birthday, you guys came in and you had balloons and Snicker bars and gun magazines and a Coke. So,
well, that's pretty nice of us. You're welcome.
No problem. Thank you. I mean, you also had some birthday cards and things too. I probably still have them in a drawer somewhere, but yeah, pretty awesome.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I'd be interested in seeing those if they're still around. Our friend at the shooting gallery in New England asked if we'd had the chance to play with the new Walter PDP, and honestly, I don't know what that is. So, okay. No, I don't think we have had the chance, but I would enjoy the chance.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. Waiting on one to come in. Hopefully, we can get one in so we can make molds off of it and make some products for it.
Yeah, it must be weird. I'm sure you guys used to get guns in rapidly with, having the store up front and everything, in addition to the operations in the back.
Yep.
But yeah, is it slower? Or, I mean, I guess everything's slower these days anyway with acquiring firearms and whatnot.
Yeah, everything is slower.
Well, I would definitely like to get my hands on one. So this is similar to the Walter, what was that? The match. I'm sure our buddy over here could help us out. Stop sharing my screen for a second because it's giving me a headache. Their competition gun that came out like shortly before we were at NRAM a million years ago, since the world's been in lockdown. Blanking on the name, but I held it and I hated it. Yeah, the match cube or something. But I don't know. In my hands, the beaver tail area there. However, they worked that metal. It's like really sharp for me. So like when I get a proper purchase on the gun, it just about cuts my skin. And I know some other people.
Oh, the bottom edge of the beaver tail. Yeah.
Like it's rounded, and then when it goes to the frame portion, it's just kind of like an aggressive cut as opposed to more molding, more of a rounded finish. So yeah, I picked it up, and I mean, it felt nice as far as weight, and it was beautiful, but immediately my hand said, nah, fuck that. So um but that PDP
I,
looks
I I think that's pretty much exactly what you said.
likely.
Because the PDP, um, the PPQ, that one's more rounded and everything.
Right. I think the PDP looks to me like it's full polymer lower there. Interchangeable back straps, a big old mag release, a bit of a flared mag well. So just based on what I can tell from the images here, it looks like it'd be a lot comfier in my hand. And I mean, even that competition rig was ergonomic in every aspect aside from the one, point where it was trying to cut into me.
Yeah, I remember you having that one spot that you just didn't care for.
Yep. Which I mean, it's nothing to take a Dremel to a gun and make it your own, but if I'm gonna spend those dollars on something like that, I'd rather it not bite me out of the box. So
True. I would rather be able to grab a pistol, fire it multiple times, know that it's functioning and working well, be able to put it in the holster and go rather than sit there and have to fiddle with it. Oh, this is a great gun. But if there was some changes, okay, there's plenty of guns out there that don't need changes, and kind of depending on what you're using them for. Right? Match competition, I understand having a muzzle device, compensator, and having an RMR on there the size of a mailbox. And but if you're carrying it for concealability and self-defense, I don't see getting a 5-inch barrel and then getting a compensator on there, having a red dot on it, having a gas pedal on the side. And gas pedal is the breakdown lever is now made so you have something to rest your support hand thumb on.
right.
Helps keep the muzzle down. Okay, that's cool for competition shooting. I don't think you need all that for concealed carry.
Yeah, you don't need all of it, but I mean, hey, if you pull out a gun with a gas pedal and everything on it, bad guy's gonna say, "Oh, sorry, bud."
Yeah,
Right?
but I mean, so you got a spotlight mounted underneath the thing, and you have a red dot on top of it, and then you have this added to the side of it. Adjust with this. You got a bayonet underneath your magazine plate so that you can stab them and shoot them at the same time or something. I don't know. You got your coffee grinder on the side. There's some things that you just don't need on there. If someone's choking me, I don't care what all the accessories are. I just want to be able to pull the gun, utilize it, make them look like a perforation, just work my way up or whatever, and live, right?
Right. That is the big goal in it.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, like my awesome CZ that I'd love to put on camera, but the world hates firearms, so I won't. But I mean,
That's why I go like this.
Yeah. This CZ 75 SP01 tactical right here with a suppressor height sights is the most ergonomic gun I've ever felt. I picked it up and was like, ooh, fell immediately in love with it. So hopefully I'd fall in love with the PDP like that to bring it back because it looks nice and the Walter triggers are usually a really nice experience. So
I like their firearms.
yeah.
So I haven't really. They're very comfortable. Most of them that I've picked up, I'm like, wow, that's nice. So I do not own any, but I don't spend a lot of money on firearms. Not saying that it's an expensive firearm. It's good quality firearm, and I think it's a very reasonable price. But what I'm saying is I don't own a whole bunch. I own a couple. The rest of them were lost in a boating accident.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a canoe trip.
Day.
Yeah, it was, so I had too much in the canoe, and
Got to be careful. There's black bears down there in the rivers of Canton.
Yes.
Your guns.
Yeah, black bear came out of the water and he just pushed me over. He thought it was funny. And then he tried to throw a salmon at me, but then he realized he was hungry, so he kept it.
Yeah, and then ate your guns. Yeah, it was a sad day. Okay, so it's no longer a boating accident. It's a bear ate my guns.
Bear ate my guns.
Where's your homework? Bear ate it.
Bear ate my gun. They're like, prove it. I'm like, you prove it, didn't it? It was that way. Go find it. You look through its poop or go,
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
I wish you well.
But going back to the Walther, yes, I would. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. So maybe I can manipulate, see how it feels. I've never disliked any of them. The single stacks aren't that fantastic for me, but I have bigger hands. So, but I do want to get a hold of one at some point and get some rounds down range and see how she handles.
I would like to join you on that endeavor. So, when one pops up in the shop, give me a call.
I will do that.
Come down here and fight me and bring that gun so we can shoot.
Yep. We had just gotten the new Hellcat in. So I think the Springfield Hellcat is a good pistol. But this is the one where they added the red dot on it and added the compensator. I'm just not big on compensators for a defense firearm, because if I'm using it at night and a lot of the muzzle flash is coming straight up, just like 40 barrels
window.
I think they're neat, but no. Other people are like, well, it only flashes for a second, and it really doesn't destroy a lot of your night vision. True, I have to shoot from here because I'm trying to defend myself. I don't want a lot of heat coming up, or if I'm shooting low, I don't want a lot of heat and flash coming straight up and drying out my eyeballs while I'm trying to see what's happening. Well, that's just me. If somebody else wants it on there, it's fantastic. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, it's a beautiful looking gun. I think I've only got my hands on the Hellcat once, in the shop there for a moment, but I mean, I like what they've done with it. It's sleek as hell looking. I think the one I'm seeing here on guns.com has an external safety on it. Is that an option on this new model, or do those come?
I think that's an option, kind of like the Smith & Wesson Shield. I think you can with or without the safety.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, probably go without the safety, especially you have that trigger safety and all that jazz in there. But,
yep.
Yeah. So the pictures I'm seeing of it are sweet. Are you gonna make gigantic single clip appendix holsters for those puppies?
We are. We're working on molds right now for it.
Well, I'm very excited to see that.
We're looking forward to getting them done and out and about, and yeah, we're gonna make them for the Hellcat, but now we have to adjust them for that compensator.
Right. Maybe I'll have to buy one of these new Hellcats just so I can try out one of those new holsters.
Maybe I know a guy where you can get these holsters.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe he could come on the podcast one of these days or something.
Maybe he could. I'll ask him, see what we can work out.
Good. Yeah. If he's as old as my dad, and then don't give him my number. We got enough old fucks around these parts.
Well, you're going on quarter of a century, so you're getting there. I don't know if you're going to make it to as far as I've made it, but
well, with how I feel on most days, probably not.
Well, I'm saying you keep talking trash.
Oh, you're saying you're going to drive down here at 55 miles an hour holding the exact speed limit because you get the signs.
I'm going to go a mile over. right? You got to go with the flow of traffic. If you do the speed limit and everyone's flying past you, you're probably going to get pulled over because the cops think you're transporting narcotics and you're nervous about it.
Well, you shouldn't drive around with so much coke. I'm sorry, RC Cola.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
going to switch to RC Cola or Dr. Pepper. I don't know.
Hey, Pickle Rickles, good to see you sliding in here. You missed some good old person zingers. Shooting Gallery New England is with us, tossing questions around and having a good time. And just asked what holster company we keep referring to, and that is Hidden Hybrid Holsters.
Out of Canton, Ohio.
Yes, handmade Ohio Amish leather with suede and such was the official slogan.
That sounds so official. That's nice.
I've been learning a lot about the English language from Sick Nick over there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He's a college graduate of the English variety.
Yeah, he went to school for like English lit or something. So
and he still talks just about as retarded as I do.
Well,
it's cool.
I think you guys are just trying to keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
You don't need fancy lawyer talk to understand what you're saying to each other.
Right. Gun made ow on hand. I don't like her.
They're fourth. You start making stuff up as you go along.
Wasted a ton of money is what I did. Yeah, you'll have that on these education jobs.
A lot of people wasted a ton of money.
Yep. That's okay. So, let's see. Where were we? Yonder. Oh, I'm going to finish my Kentucky story real quick. So, woke up that Saturday morning, right? Bree made some breakfast, and she was sprinting around like a chicken with no head because she had all these things to do before her pop-up. Because if anyone was here when she was on, she was talking about her little Poco situation, Poco business. So they had a pop-up at...
Is that the one in Indiana?
No, this one was
local,
downtown Louisville.
Okay.
Follow Poco pop-ups on the Instagrams, but I forget what the bar was. I'm sure it'll come to me here in a second, but they're having a little pop-up there.
That was like a matchbook?
No, but a matchbook would be sweet. I stole all these stickers from the bar because, then I could advertise by holding up a tiny little sticker to a big old camera.
Tiny stickers.
But so she was like making simple syrup and grenadine and shit all from scratch while sprinting around trying to eat food and deal with the dogs. And I was like, so I'm going to go to the boot store and I'll see you at the pop-up at about 2 when you open. Because I need some steel toe boots for my new work endeavor going forward. So I picked me up some lumberjack-esque big old beefy steel toe motherfuckers from Boot Barn down in Louisville, Kentucky there.
Boot Barn.
Boot Barn.
What do they sell at Boot Barn?
Primarily cowboy hats and denim. They got some boots in the back though. So there's like 2 safety toe options. One were like some gigantic firefighter / oh man, I don't need, just bad. They're bad and bulky and black and orange and like low tops that didn't even have any ankle support for the like 20 pounds of boots that they were.
Ooh, yeah, so, no.
Yeah, I went with these big old puppies, and I feel like I'm chop down some mad trees with these things in the coming weeks. I won't, but I'm capable now. So I need to know nothing about felling trees. I got the boots for it.
Awesome. And you have good boots for Georgia?
Oh, I got good boots for Georgia. Ooh, Ivy 8888. Here we come. Ooh, yes, sir. But after my amazing Boot Barn cowboy hat experience, which I was very tempted to get a cowboy hat, I figured maybe I should change my persona and go to the new job saying "old son" this and go full cowboy. Hey y'all. Who makes them, Rick? Carolina. Built for work, they say. And we are also so pumped for range day, homie. But Yeah, Carolina.
Built
They're
for work. That they ain't no sitting around doing nothing boots. Them boots are built for work.
yeah, they're very far from being broken in and caused me some pain yet. So I've been wearing them like house slippers, even though they clink and clack around the linoleum and all that jazz. Neighbors probably hear that and hate me, but
Well, as long as you're not clog dancing,
hey, you don't know what I do in my free time.
it's gonna be my first year going. Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna have a great time.
Indeed, we all will.
We're all gonna shoot 2 rounds through all the full auto firearms. Be like, "Ooh, is that a binary trigger, Papa? Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you."
Yep, and be like, tit done.
It's all right. Still had a great time. It was as good
Oh,
as
definitely.
yeah. So
I mean, I had fun even though I really couldn't hit much. Full auto 22 long rifle trying to hit birds, not
yeah,
living birds. Skeet. Trying to hit the little clay pigeons on a straight line.
in the pouring rain. That was the year of the typhoon. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that was a great year.
we've been 2 years previously now. The first year was like 99 degrees and 98% humidity down at Red Hill Range. And the second year was like 45 degrees and 12 inches of water on the range.
Yep.
Didn't stop raining the whole time. So
Didn't stop any of us from having fun in one of the safest manners and being polite and enjoying each other's company. It was great.
it was great. Well, I think one of my favorite memories of that whole adventure was standing in the pouring rain, waiting around and getting some good food. And you took a solid picture of me double fisting some brats. And
Uh huh.
I went to
Yep.
the line for a second time. And, I was like, oh, I'm going to go get another brat. And I out on my hand, and the old timer in the line serving food up said, well, you got 2 hands, don't you? I said, that's a solid point. Yes, I will take 2. So,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
standing in the rain waiting for you. I look over and you just coming walking back with a big smile on your face, 2 fresh big old brats in your hands. I'm like, that's my boy.
that's my boy, double fisted wieners.
Don't make that a bumper sticker. Don't don't do that one again.
So
No.
anyway, I learned my English from Rick. So don't blame me. Thank you, Sick Nick. But yeah, so I'm super stoked for range day. I think weather this year, if we're gonna follow our trend that we've set so far, is gonna be oh shit, it's a whole different time of the year. It's not October. So
Right. So if it's not overly hot and it's not cold and rainy, hopefully this year.
tornadoes. Just tons of tornadoes. Think we
No.
don't have any ammo now.
Well, I don't know. Nice high winds might help try to shoot.
Yeah. No, but I think it's gonna be great. Hopefully our vehicle doesn't catch on fire or anything this time around. And I think you mentioned a rental, which means we should drift it and ramp it and everything that We Like Shooting does with their rental vehicles. And
Sharknado.
we can have a competition with We Like Shooting and see who can fuck up the rental most. Dave would love that.
Oh yeah, they would love that. Now the company wouldn't.
Well,
But those guys would.
if I delete this video, there's no evidence that we had any proper prior planning for destruction. And, it was just, oops, did we do that?
Valid point.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
did I get airborne?
Did I get 4 feet in an express van? Yes, I did. So
This minivan's got almost 300 horsepower in it. Let's see what she got.
oh yeah, big jumps in Amish. Yeah,
Absolutely.
100% yes. I am not a actual cigar connoisseur. I grew up on the west side of Columbus smoking Black and Mild, so that's about as classy as I get. So, you bring us something classy, we'll give you some money so you can, introduce us to being proper gun people smoking cigars in the woods. Yeah.
Well, maybe. I haven't had a really good cigar in a few years, but I
Used to dabble.
yeah, I used to dabble. Had a little humidor, and I enjoyed some cigars. While I was in the Corps, I enjoyed some of the rum soaked ones and things. Go to a place called the Tinderbox, and walk into their humidor room and just be like, and then walk along just looking at the prices and find something in my price range. Because so like $30, I'm not spending $30 for an hour's, you know, I don't have that kind of time to smoke the cigar, right? A little quicker. But yeah, I like a good cigar.
That's a solid channel name. You know, people like you are ruining this country. Goddamn millennials.
The smoking millennium.
Yeah. So, but yeah, meet up, smoke a cigar. That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Shoot some guns.
Old man vapor. No, that's not good.
No. Have you
Vaping
been
old
taking
man
lessons
might
from
be a
Rick
little
too?
better than old man's vapor.
Old man's vapor. That's just gas. You got to take some Tums for that shit.
Right? You got to be careful.
Rich people sticks. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so I'm gonna show up with like $40 cigars and a tear in my eye for spending that kind of money, and we'll feel super rich. Don't hold me to that.
I'll bring the brandy or the bourbon and nice cigar and mm-hmm.
Yeah, when all the shooting's done and it's just one guy shooting tannerite, we can sit back and pull out the brandy and cigars and watch some shit explode. And yeah,
Yes, when the shooting is done.
yes. Remember, safety first, everybody, because here on Anything That Fires, we adore safety before anything else.
Yeah, I mean we adore a lot of things, but we do adore safety.
And what was this? I'm missing something. But if you got any more quick gun questions, either of you two amazing people that are our viewer base here in the chats, toss them our way. While you do that, I'm gonna slide into. I had something here.
Handsome mode. You're sliding in the. What is that?
What the fuck? Rooster mode? Excuse me.
I'm going to slide in the rooster mode.
Oops. So I had a story pulled up about the Ruger 5.7 something something that I lost because I went back and looked at the that other gun we just talked about. I'm doing a lot of scrolling and can't think. No, the other gun. So many of them, right?
There are. So you're looking at a Ruger 57?
Yeah, okay. So a company called Custom Smith Manufacturing has made a chassis for the Ruger 5.7. So kind of belongs to like the Roni or something of that sort, but for the 5.7.
Oh, okay.
So let's see here. This company makes 3D printed accessories for various firearms. So I don't know if that's going to lead into this whole thing being 3D printed. Let's see. Just gonna get some info here because I didn't do prior research. So the chassis replaces the polymer frame of the Ruger 5.7. So it looks like you basically drop your components into it, and it's like hinged at the front. So you drop in your fire group or whatever that is, and then you got a kind of shoulder fired situation here. I will pull this up so you can see it. It's just a matter of
I want to see.
Yeah. Wait your turn. Let's see here.
Please hold for the next available visual.
Video. Yes. MFG Ruger. I'm a fast typer. All right. Are you seeing this? You hearing this?
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. So this little puppy here. Looks nice and cozy. Kind of gives me like TP9 vibes or something. So Yeah, it looks like you're gonna take your gun apart, um, refasten your accessories onto the bottom part of this chassis here, and then hinge it closed, and you're gonna have your slide of the actual 5.7 reciprocating in there, and barrel kind of sticks out flush with the front, or is flush with the front. It's not sticking out, but so
Nice.
then that gives you a braced weapon with a 5.7 cartridge that you can switch easily back and forth between a handgun and a little, you know, arm brace kind of deal. So I don't know. I like it. If I had a 5.7 and could afford that ammunition, I think I would be picking one of these up.
Well, 5.7 is a very nice round, I think.
Yeah, I think the only platform I've had the chance to shoot it out of is the CMMG Banshee in 5.7 that we shot at.
Oh, that was smooth.
Yeah, shot at year 6 at IV 88, 88, 88, 88, and yeah, real smooth shooter.
Yep.
So, of course, you have those nice, like, you know, shorter magazines that hold 20 rounds. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
No, you can't.
So, I think that's about all I have for guns today. Sliding forward here, I got some fun space news to bring up, chat about, and all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
So, NASA is gearing up to go to the moon or return to the moon here in 2024 is their timeline. It's a little hopeful of a timeline, but based on their last test of their center core for the space launch system, which is their new gigantic rocket, which I think is primarily engineered by Boeing. So they call it the green run test. They had a little static fire of the center core. It has 4 RS-25 engines on it, which are basically a slightly adapted engine that flew on the shuttle missions.
Okay.
But so they had to test these 4 engines on their center core booster, and what they're aiming for is a duration of, basically true flight time of 8+ minutes. And when they did this, I think it was just last month, they only got to over 1 minute, and looks like some conservatively set limits inside of the software for the hydraulic system basically initiated an abort on the stand. So they went through and looked everything over and ran it again. I think this was I'm blanking on the day. I'm sure it says in this article, but that's hard to do. But so basically, they fired these engines successfully for just over 8 minutes. That's burning about 700,000 gallons of super cold propellant. I think they're using hydrogen and oxygen. Is this a truth, Rick? I mean, I assume it's a truth because you never, not once, have ever fucked with me.
I mean, he sounds honest.
Yeah, that sounds honest. That's something I know nothing about.
Yeah, it said little known fact and say a little known lie.
Well,
right?
that's how he always gets me. It is the teeth. So that's very interesting. I had no idea. I appreciate that information. I'd like to look more into it. But basically, what this sets NASA up for is a proper foundation to continue with the Artemis 1 space launch, which is going to launch the SLS rocket into space with 2 solid rocket boosters alongside of it, and it is going to put one of the landing options for the new Artemis moon program into little moon pass by. So they're going to pass the spaceship around the moon and bring it back to Earth and just kind of test everything with no humans on board. So that should be going down before the end of this year. Yeah.
We've been there before.
Yeah, it shouldn't be so hard, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we've been there before, it shouldn't be so hard. It's like, I don't know. Maybe when they do the flyby, they'll have a little banner that unrolls behind it. You know, we'll be back, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Joni loves Chachi, something. I don't know.
that's Joni loving Chachi is already well known by the little moon aliens. So, um, but yeah, so what this is going to do is hopefully propel, um, the progress along a proper timeline, and we may see humans walking on the moon again in 2024 with NASA.
Nice.
So there's still some landers in the proposal stage. One of those including a variant of the Starship that we so frequently talk about here on Anything That Fires. So it's got a lot of companies out there: Lockheed, Boeing, SpaceX, all trying to get in to get one of their landing options to hop down on the moon and let some astronauts walk around, twiddle their thumbs, do some science, whatever they're doing.
You gotta love science.
I love science.
Science is interesting.
Yeah.
Not
Too bad
100%, but it is very interesting.
it is. Too bad the moon landings never happened and the Earth is flat.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why you couldn't land on the moon. It was flat, so as you came into that, they just would have skipped right off.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I always forget about that part.
like a flat rock across a pond. You just would have ding, 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 ding. Bye.
But yeah, real quick here. Before we close out of that little thing, I'll show you some images of this green fire test. No, confirm you can see that for me.
I can see it.
Yeah. So all of that coming off, they have a gigantic water deluge system to
Cool.
soften the harmonics, the acoustics, and everything from these really strong engines firing, so that test stand doesn't rip itself apart. And with all the gases blowing into this water and everything, this test is actually going to spawn some rainfall in the next couple of days because all of that water vapor is going to go up into the atmosphere and fall back down eventually. So they're making rain here.
How do we know that they're not making COVID?
Well, you see, that's the thing. They are making COVID.
Nice.
Yeah, it's space's fault.
Science.
Little known fact.
Little known fact that big cloud of puff is actually COVID-20.
That's the COVID-20. But yeah, so these are old shuttle engines basically, and they look sweet.
They look like they work.
Yeah, so they're going right along. And basically, now that they've successfully ran this test, they have time frame. Basically, they have to launch Artemis 1 before the end of the year because the solid rocket boosters have already been packed, filled with accelerants and everything, and they are now they have an expiration date, which is the end of 2021, just about. So they're going to be aiming to make this happen.
Nice.
Out of necessity. Yeah. And then next year, in a little bit of space news, rockets and such, SpaceX, their Falcon 9 rocket that they use all the time to launch these Starlink satellites into orbit, or gearing up, or getting better at providing internet to many people in the world, will eventually be
Brought to you by Shoebox Eye Satellites.
Exactly. Any remote area here in the next couple of years will be able to have fast and reliable internet connectivity based on this constellation of satellites in orbit. But one of these rockets that they use to make all these things happen, including launching astronauts up to the space station, the Falcon 9, they just landed one of those boosters for the 9th time during a Starlink mission.
Nice.
So getting close to that record of 10. 9's now the current record. So, this is after they lost a booster last month, which it seems after some investigation, it was due to a center engine failure. These Falcon 9 rockets will not have the telemetry and ability to land if they don't have that center engine. So looks like potentially something was damaged with the heat blanket or the heat boot around the center core engine. And during ascent, center engine was damaged. And when it came back into land, it just kind of caught on fire and fell into the ocean.
Just didn't really work out so well.
Yeah, so you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
All right.
But all of it provides data to get to the next point.
Exactly. And I mean,
or data, however you want to enunciate it. I don't know. Rick can correct us on enunciation. He's smart. He spent money on that.
Yeah, Rick, make sure you toss in the comments how we're being an idiot. We appreciate that. A collective idiot. a single ATF idiot. Which is also the description for the real ATF that we mock here. But let's see here. I think I had one more thing. Just talking about Starship there in news. They've done one static fire now with Starship.
Mm-hmm.
It was not exactly successful, so they're. Oh, thank you. That's the nice way of saying you're being idiot.
Info. Is that German?
Info.
Info.
Oh, wow. I thought you'd say data. I really did. Oh, boy. Yeah, so static fire. They're aiming to do another static fire this week, and they had a launch window open Wednesday for a potential test flight of SN11, which looks to be closed Wednesday, Thursday. So I think earliest test flight we'll see is potentially Friday this coming week, but more likely the week after. But
is that due to weather or?
They got a lot going on down there in Boca Chica. I don't know exactly what the issue was with the static fire. I think the computer did an abort, so they're going to look in to see why that happened and make sure they can get all three engines to fire in a trustworthy state and with the proper values of thrust and all that jazz, so that they can launch this puppy up. And this will be the last Starship variant of the initial 8 to 11 run. The first, prototype segment that are actually doing these high altitude test flights. And after this, it's SN15, which has a lot, we don't know exactly what, but a lot of different engineering decisions built into it. So it is, structurally different in many ways. Yeah. But I think the most exciting thing that comes out of Boca Chica this week, of course, is Boca Chica, Texas, down there where SpaceX is doing their thing. They stacked their first booster number 1, which is, the bottom portion of this giant Starship launch system, which is, I want to say like 230 meters. So I think the whole thing's going to be 40 stories. So the booster is about 24 stories, I think, give or take.
Wow.
So they stacked their first one. They've said that they're not going to fly this one. It's going to be just kind of a production test vehicle. So they're going to see if they can actually move a 24-story cylindrical tank around back and forth and, up onto the pad. And they're probably going to do some cryogenic pressure tests and all that jazz. But I don't think they're going to put engines on it. It's just kind of, the tanks to move around and see if they can figure out what the hell they're doing. So that is officially stacked. I think they've been welding it together the last day or two. And, coming this week, we should be seeing that thing roll out of the high bay and, rolling down the roads and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So that's going to be fun to see.
Yep. It is. It's neat to watch. It's almost ridiculous. You're like, okay, so let's say that's a 16-story building just moving along.
Yeah.
Right?
Just moving along. Yeah, and actually, SpaceX posted this week a little recap video of the SN10 flight, which I think is worth a quick little watch here with us. Let me slide back over and... Uh-oh, lost you. SpaghettiOs. The fuck?
Oh, true technology.
No. This is... not Bill Gates. Bill Nye. Bob Lazar.
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Bill. What the fuck's the map? The Apple guy.
Gates?
We'll worry about that later.
Warren Buffett?
See, I think we are idiot.
Yeah, just throw some names out there. At some point, you get it right.
The turtleneck guy, Steve Jobs.
Oh, I was going to say Beethoven.
Oh shit, that actually might be right.
Stuff. Nice.
Yeah. So here's a fun little recap from SpaceX with all of their amazing angles that they get with all of their cameras. Engines dancing around and turning off, and fires where there aren't supposed to be fires, and just get to see everything that's going on with this vehicle here. So yeah, 16-story building falling right down to earth with this beautiful like worm's eye shot.
Those poor worms.
Yeah, they dead.
They're dead. Oh, that's a great view.
Yeah, seeing the whole island there and that flap moving, just a delicate rock falling from the sky, and then you get to see that all that engine chilling in process, and then 1, 2, 3 engines relight. The flip around with this amazing image again. Those engines dance so fast back and forth, and the aggressive touchdown that led to a little bit of an explosion later on, about 8 minutes after touchdown. But still, I mean, it's ridiculous to watch.
Yes, it is.
But as far as why that thing decided to explode, it hit the ground at about 30 miles an hour. It's now been determined because of a thrust issue in that last engine that was running. And this thrust issue has been caused by helium bubbles inside of the fuel. Stir of gerbs. They took her gerbs. So with SN8, that engine didn't relight because of a pressurization issue in the header tank, which usually they're using autogenous pressurization, which is basically taking gas form of the oxygen or methane after the pre-burner inside of the rocket engine and feeding it back into the tank. So you're just taking your liquid, heating it up, taking a little bit of that gas, putting it back in the tank, keep all the pressures regulated. But they're having an issue with that. So they changed some things around and started using helium, which is basically the method that's used on almost every other rocket, aside a few. But now what happened with SN10 is that helium was forming bubbles inside because of the sloshing around. This rocket's doing basically front flips and everything. So inside of the fuel were helium bubbles, which were being fed into the tank, which were providing voids or, low pressure density inside of the tanks and causing low thrust. So even though that engine was spinning as fast as it couldn't provide enough thrust, being that there was all those helium bubbles inside of it to, give it a soft landing. So it came in at 30 miles an hour.
Tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles. So all the keyboard engineers and armchair warriors on the internet, specifically Twitter, are just sending Elon Musk all kinds of baffle designs and autogenous pressurization, potential fixes and all this jazz. And it's weird getting online and watching, tens of thousands of people in a community, talking to Elon Musk like, oh, you should definitely use this perforated design that I drew up in my basement. So
I could draw a design.
Yeah, you should send it his way.
Yeah.
And then we can go rooster time. It didn't even work.
Cock-a-doo-doo.
Cock-a-doo-doo. But yeah, so
Yes.
that's that. That's everything in rockets and shit this week.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been a week.
It has been. All 7 days of it.
Oh, it's been that many?
Yeah, for you, definitely.
Well, here's the 7 more. Can't wait.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So hopefully I get this van started or figured out, and I don't know what to do with that. It's going to stay right there for the time being, I suppose. Uh, yeah, I'm just going to check out the new job in the morning.
Yeah. What time you start?
I believe it's 7 a.m.
Nice. Think
Yeah,
we have some balloons and stuff for you for your first day?
obviously. That's what everyone gets their first day of work.
Right? Yeah, there's some people out there that I think would like that.
I mean, hey, if I walked into work and there were some balloons, I wouldn't be upset. You know?
Right. I'd find it kind of weird, but
Yeah, I'd be like, this is uncomfortable, but I do like balloons. How'd you know?
hmm I I had a feeling, just thought I'd,
I've had
make
a
some balloons
feeling.
for you.
Yeah. So you got anything looking forward to this week?
Mm, no.
Oh, well,
I don't know, working on a couple of prototypes still, trying to figure out a couple of little things, and working on the new products. So we just got the Shield Plus in as well as the Springfield Hellcat, and yeah, it has some slight differences to it to a point where we would much rather make new molds specifically for it. We make things specifically for the firearm, not, well, that'll fit that one too. So um, yeah, just looking forward to getting those done and get them built, designed on the website, and then out and advertised or whatnot for helping to take care and protect good, law abiding, loving American citizens.
now that's a motto right there.
Right?
I tell you what. Yeah, that's exciting. You should send me some pics.
Yeah. When we get some stuff going, I'll send you some pics. Keep you in the loop.
Ooh, I appreciate that. Rick, no, I didn't get a new van. I was going to return the Express Electric LLC van to work or to the shop this afternoon. Got it all cleaned out and all that jazz. And turned the key and it said, it started up and then just puttered out. Shook the whole van and, you know, turned off. So I tried it again and it starts right up and about 2 seconds shuts back down. So somehow between uh, Thursday when I ran that service call and Sunday, it decided that it doesn't want to leave my side and it will not get out of the parking lot. So that's where we stand at the moment. And Bill's just flying back from Florida now, so he's got a plan to catch. He ain't worrying about it so much yet.
Yeah, if I was him, I won't be overly concerned about it either. I'd be like, well, I'll deal with that when I get back.
Yeah.
I go buy a $29.95 sandwich at the airport.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I was just saw an article that was like, that sucks. The days of cheap airline flights are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, you know what? If I had some extra spending money that I didn't blow on other hobbies and things, maybe I would have flown to some crazy place when tickets were next to nothing. But also, I don't know if I'd be able to stand packed in there wearing a face mask, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, once you get to your seat, they just drop the oxygen, right? You're paying that much.
Yeah.
You may as well just put that on. And oxygen helps prevent viruses and helps kill viruses and stuff. It's good for your body. So instead of eliminating more oxygen and keeping the American populace or the world populace healthy, they just want to restrict it. So yeah, they should drop the oxygen tanks or masks, put them on. Everyone will look the same.
Well, I kind of like that idea, but I don't like wearing a mask. I think I'd very much not like wearing a whole ass weird oxygen mask. So
Yeah, I'd rather not wear any masks. So,
yeah, and in that whole COVID thing, I just saw I was surfing the YouTubes earlier, and they like to pop up some COVID-19 news here and there that I don't really pay too much attention to because it's usually same old shit. But so a couple of headlines here. 15 states report uptick in COVID-19 cases. Why you can't compare COVID-19 vaccines. Biden visits CDC in concern over the new COVID-19 strains growing. So we're getting an uptick here of kind of a fearful wave of headlines regarding the coronavirus situation. So
well, yeah, I mean,
that's fun to see.
if you all listen to us, because the government's here to help, if you listen to us, maybe if you're a good little boy and girl or whatever you relate yourself to, I don't want to, just point out two of them. I mean, there's whoever out there. If you're good, no matter what you are, potato or human, maybe by the 4th of July, you'll be able to gather in small groups like you're allowed to now. And maybe no one will yell at you for hanging out with some friends and family for part of a day. Yeah, whatever.
Maybe. Yeah, so July 4th, what kind of rager are we throwing?
I don't know.
We're going to meet up in this little place that's pictured behind us with the fire and the good sights and have a little American camp out.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, apologies for all my yawns. I haven't had caffeine today, which is a mistake.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, well, I stopped at Arby's on the way back from letting the cat out and everything for mom, and got a coffee, and took a sip, and poured it out the window and threw the cup in the trash.
Arby's?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had coffee from Arby's.
yeah, terrifying. I was concerned, but I was like, well, it's probably not great, but one stop shop. And then
I know, but I'd rather get it from a truck stop.
yeah, well, there's not, yeah, it's not so many truck stops in Dublin, but
Right, I know.
next
I'm
time
just saying.
I'll slide out to Pilot. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Also, yeah, block party. So, you meet us down here on the 4th, pops. We're gonna meet at Rick's house. We're gonna block off his street, and we're gonna play with Legos.
Ooh, Legos, nice. I'll bring the M80s.
Fuck yeah! Now that's a block party.
Right? Those blocks are gonna rock.
I can't wait.
Maybe we'll make a Lego SpaceX and fill it with as many bottle rockets as we can, and see if we can get that thing fired off.
Okay.
Okay,
You
but
had me at
SpaceX.
Explosion and SpaceX, yes. Because I don't know if you can tell that I like this. Jesus Christ, the mereness of this.
You like cheese and rice?
I like cheese and crackers. I like SpaceX ships. Yeah. So.
You like cheese in a can?
Oh, what I would do for some cheese whiz right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not even
Well,
kidding.
I'll make sure that I bring a couple of cans for the field trip to Georgia.
Perfect. We won't have to shit the whole time we're on the gun range. No porta potty shits for
That's
us.
how you keep it.
Yeah, we'll pick up some MREs. We're gonna have some of that good jalapeno cheddar and dehydrated cracker.
I mean, MREs are good in emergency situations, but just road trip, I don't know. I mean, it would block us up. We wouldn't have to stop.
Right.
Right? I mean, we could take some empty Gatorade bottles with us and just keep going.
I mean, at your age, I'm sure you have some catheters laying around,
At my age, I have catheters.
Because you can't control your bowels.
Yeah. You pass out drunk, you're going to wake up with one in, and it leads to your new boots.
Wow, that's
right. That got dark quick.
that's aggressive. It's just fucked up, dude.
Well, it'll be in a Ziploc bag. You'll just think your boots are messed up.
Sure. Yeah, definitely makes it better.
Oh, yeah.
We three and some farts and things. We three kings of IV 8880 extravaganza. We are. There's a song in there somewhere.
No, yeah, and 4 of us have a great time.
Wait, what? I'm scared. I'm confused.
You'll be fine.
You see, I don't always believe that.
Have I ever lied to you? Have I ever let you down?
I'm sure you've probably lied to me, like when you farted directly at me and said that it wasn't you or something of that nature. But I suppose you haven't let me down so bad. No.
Okay, well, good. At least I haven't let you down so
bad. Yeah, I think we'll survive. We'll be all right.
I have memories of MRE cheese and crumbly crackers. Nice. And the 5th of Jack, like just laying there, and you wake up and you got cheese and crumbly crackers on your chest and rinsing them down.
Oh, God. Was that crayon flavored Jack?
Oh, crayon flavored.
Yeah, sweet thing. But yeah, I think that's all I have for the day. And with the yawning that I'm doing, I think maybe I should drink some coffee and wash my clothes so I don't walk into my new job looking like a complete, well,
wrinkle.
Yeah, wrinkly, nasty motherfucker.
Yeah. You gotta wear a lab coat?
No, it ain't that crazy. I do have to wear safety glasses, which, come to think of it, at this moment, I wonder where those are. And if
you should have some in your shooting bag.
Well, yeah.
Your range bag. Yeah. Near your cleaning gear.
Cleaning gear. What for cleaning gear for what? What do I clean?
Things that need cleaned.
Oh, I don't keep safety glasses next to the Lysol or anything.
Well, you don't look at the Lysol when. Is this clogged? Your grandmother the other day wasn't sure if the small can of mace that she had in her craft room was still good.
Uh-oh.
Well, she didn't spray it at her face. She just sprayed it at the floor. Yeah,
that's
still
enough.
Whew, got to get out of this room.
Fuck. Were you in the room?
No, I wasn't there. She was telling me about it over the phone. So they slept with the windows, all the windows in the house open like a finger crack. And I'm like, yep. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, you see, the thing about mace, Grandma, is spicy. All right. You can't just be spraying it willy-nilly.
Right? And she wanted to see if it's still sprayed. I wonder if this is work or if I should throw it away. Yeah, it works. Oh, it does work.
That's good. That's great.
She said, moment later, a few moments later, she can hear Grandpa in the living room going, because it dissipated through the whole house.
An even spray of spicy air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna congratulate her when I see her.
Well, yeah, you'll see her soon. I think it's an adorable story.
I agree, and I just imagine her like she can't get away from the fumes because she's at fume level at all times.
Right. She's 4'9" and right there the entire time. Yep.
Yeah, ain't no escaping. Right in the median. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I'm excited to see everyone. So
They're all excited to see you.
that's good.
Yeah.
And I guess it'd be a little heartbreaking if they're like, "Ah, fuck, he's coming."
We're like, again? We haven't seen him in like 12 years. What? Oh.
Ugh.
Maybe it's been 6 years. I don't know.
It's been a few.
It's been a few. I know you're up there for Pat's funeral and everything.
Yeah, that was my last time up there.
Okay. So that's been a few years.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'll bring my bike and go on a little adventure before I head home that night, probably.
Bicycle while you're riding.
Obviously. Do you think I don't sing while I ride?
I'm positive that you do.
Okay, good. I'm glad you haven't forgotten who we are.
Right? I sing as well.
I was singing some Marty Robbins a lot this weekend because Kentucky just makes me want to listen to Marty Robbins like times 10, which I've already been, on a kick.
With a big iron on his hip.
On his hip. Yeah, so I was just like eating through the slightly ghetto old cobblestone alleyways of the Victorian village that Bree lives in, just singing Marty Robbins and like dodging tents of the homeless and shattered glass and
stray cats.
Yeah. It was a good time. I had a great I had many fond memories made.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Much needed these days. So doing good. But yeah, I think we're gonna bring the little podcast here to a close there.
Right.
I don't have any music to find because my computer is just a million tabs right now and I am confused. So imagine there's a beautiful Marty Robbins song playing right now as I say our farewells.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, isn't that? Ooh, yeah, the big iron is on his hip. Make sure you follow us at Twitch and YouTube and Instagram at Anything That Fires. You can find us here just about every Sunday around 4 p.m. streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. Follow Matt at Halava Matt on Instagram, and you can follow me at Fresh Airway on Instagram. If you've got any fun questions or anything, you can be sure to tune in and submit them in the comments. We always read them, and we hope that you guys have a great week. Keep your eye on the moon.
Keep your eye on the moon. Throw questions out there. That way we have more to talk about.
Yeah, sometimes we get confused.
That's my fault. I'll take the blame on that.
No, it runs in the genes. It's just
natural. I'm getting old and senile or whatever.
Yeah, and it's already starting for me at 24.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty soon you'll be president.
Oh, what are those stairs? All right, everybody.
Where'd you go?